Yo, what is going on, everybody? Crypto Kid here, coming at you guys again with another video. Today, we're going to be switching it up a little bit. I'm not sure if you guys saw, but Altcoin Daily did a video where they said the best way to invest $1,000. They kind of went through on CoinMarketCap, just like I'm doing here. They just basically picked out their picks, told you how much money they'd put into each one. And I really like this style of video, so I'm basically going to be doing the same thing, but obviously changing up the coins because we all have different opinions. So this list is going to be mainly the best way to invest $1,000 to get rich, and by rich I mean like $100,000 to like $1 million or even more. So it's obviously going to be inherently risky trying to make those gains, but there's also going to be a couple safe bets in there, at least in my opinion. If you guys haven't already, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. More videos coming soon. I know a lot of you want to see more Orchid videos, more basic attention videos. Those videos are coming, guys. There hasn't been a whole lot of updates, but anyways, those videos will come later on in the week as the price starts to develop a little bit more. But at least with Orchid, the price has been pretty stagnant for a little while, and there hasn't been much new news about Orchid. So yeah, anyways, we're going to be getting to those later on in the week. Make sure to stay tuned for that. But anyways, let's come over to Coinbase, because it's a little cleaner for all of you, and this Coinbase is basically the only one, like the assets on Coinbase are the only ones that I really invest in personally. Sure, there's other ones like ADA, Cardano that you could kind of go ahead and put some money into, but personally with Cardano, I wouldn't put more than $50 into it, just because I think it's a really big hit or miss coin, and I'm not sure it's going to pan out. But I guess we'll have to wait and see for that one. If it does pan out, that's going to make a lot of people very rich. But anyways, besides the point, guys, starting it off, we're going to go ahead, take $200, put it into Ethereum. So guys, Ethereum, in my opinion, is the safest bet in cryptocurrency. I mean, obviously nothing's 100%, but this is as close as it gets to 100%. Ethereum, 2 years from now, or I mean, I'd say at least a year from now, because who knows what happens when the 2021 bull run ends. But a year from today, I can basically, the closest thing you can get to guarantee in cryptocurrency, that Ethereum will be much higher than it is right now. I'm honestly going to say at least $1,000 minimum. I would not be surprised in the slightest if it's $2 to $3,000, maybe even $5 to $6. With how many applications are built on Ethereum, it's absurd that it's even this low. I think right now is an absolute bargain. We're going to go ahead, put in $200 into Ethereum. That should already, right off the bat, cover the $1,000 investment. So you can rest assured that you're going to be walking out of here at least in the positive, in my opinion. Once again, nothing's guaranteed at all in cryptocurrency. So go ahead, take that with a grain of salt, along with everything else I'm going to tell you here. But anyways, coming down, Altcoin Daily avoided XRP. I think you're silly to avoid XRP. With the technology it has, I mean, we literally just saw the IMF came out with something on Twitter explaining cryptocurrency, and they basically, I don't want to say they hinted at XRP, but what they're talking about seemed like very similar to what XRP kind of accomplishes with their technology. So I think if you're smart, you're going to go ahead, put in $200 as well into XRP. Keep it in there. XRP for me is a long-term hold. I think 2025, 2026 is when we're going to really start to see the price of XRP absolutely zoom. I think as more companies start to see the practicality of it, it's really just going to be adopted so rapidly. I think the price is going to absolutely rocket. I think it's just going to be absolutely crazy, especially once they continue to update the technology and Ripple just becomes a better company as a whole. I think you go ahead, put $200 into XRP. This is an investment, that $200, that could turn into something absolutely crazy. I can see XRP being honestly $50 one day, just based on what they're trying to accomplish, maybe even higher than 50. So I think you go ahead, put in 200, let it sit, don't even look at it for a couple years, and you're going to be happy that you did, most likely. Then Chainlink, personally, I'm going to avoid. I think it has some potential, but for me, I'd actually hold off on buying Chainlink. So if I was going to put $1,000 into the markets right now, as I make this video, I'm actually going to avoid Chainlink, just because I don't really like buying in at $15 when I think that's very overvalued, at least at this point in time. Coming down here, we're going to actually put in $200 again into Tezos. I know I'm kind of going 200 across the board, but anyways, $200 into Tezos. I'm going to just make sure that it's staking my coins. This is another one like XRP. I'm not going to look at for 3 to 5 years. Some people coin Tezos as being the Ethereum killer. If that pans out and you've been staking your Tezos tokens the whole time for the next few years, holy smokes, you're not going to have to worry about money anymore. I think this is another one that if Tezos goes big, you're going to be very happy that you went ahead and bought it. I think $200 could honestly come someday, and who knows, once more applications start to get built on Tezos, I think the price could absolutely zoom, could go even crazier. As we can see, I mean, the market cap's only $2.7 billion. So when you go ahead and look at Bitcoin, $216 billion, there's definitely potential for Tezos to be a 100x coin. So now think that you've been staking that whole time off your initial investment. You're just going to be, a couple years from now, you're going to be just raking in that passive income. I think putting $200 into Tezos is a really good investment. Now, with the next, so we're at $600. We have $400 left. With the next 100, we're going to go ahead, put 100 into XLM. XLM is kind of just like the peer-to-peer transaction coin for, let's say, XRP ends up like taking over the financial system, cross-border payment system that we have in the world today. Stellar XLM could kind of fit in nicely as that peer-to-peer one. So if you're just kind of like paying for something over the counter, you could go ahead and use XLM. I think that in the case that that does happen, you're going to want to just get a bag of XLM right now, just like XRP, hold on to it for quite a while. And once again, you're going to be really happy you did. They also just burned a ton of tokens. Who knows if they'll do that again. But that is a good sign when they're burning tokens, because obviously if you're holding 1,000 XLM tokens and there's like, I'm just throwing this out there, there's 1 billion in supply versus 1,000 when there's only 500 million. It's a lot more valuable when there's only 500 million versus 1 billion. So that's why burns actually do help if you're already invested in it, although they kind of weaken the reputation of the coins a little bit, some would argue, but personally I don't follow that. So anyways, we're at $700, guys. We have 300 left to go. Right now, I'm going to avoid OMG. I'm going to avoid Dash for now. We're going to go ahead and put $50 into Ethereum Classic. So this is one, guys, that personally I don't believe in at all. Not even just like a little bit. But it is one that I could just see randomly just spiking within the next few years. I think in the next bull run, I could see this coin just going crazy. Just kind of like how all the Bitcoin forks kind of went off randomly. So yeah, I'm going to put in 50 to Ethereum Classic, try to make like, I don't know, I probably end up selling at around 10, 20, maybe 30x what I bought in at, and just make a quick buck off Ethereum Classic. This one's just more of a bet than anything else. But with $1,000, you're trying to make a lot of money. Go ahead, put it into Ethereum Classic, and then maybe you go ahead and take that investment and move it into XRP or XLM, which are more of your long-term buys. So anyways, we're at $750. We have $250 left to go. I'm going to avoid Zcash and Maker. I'm going to go ahead and put in $100 into Basic Attention Token, but I'm going to hold off on investing until hopefully the price goes back under 40 cents. But once again, if you have to, let's just say you have to put it in right now, I would go ahead and I'd still buy Basic Attention Token at 40 cents. I think that once Basic Attention Token ends up partnering with, let's say, like the YouTube killer, if like a YouTube-like platform for videos comes out and they partner with Basic Attention Token, and that starts like kind of taking over as the payment system for creators, and it starts partnering with like articles, New York Times, all these different big companies, I think that Basic Attention Token and just Brave as a whole could just go crazy. If you guys don't already have the Brave browser, that link is in my description. Go ahead, check it out. You can earn free Basic Attention Token. You won't even have to buy in, but yeah, just go ahead, do that. Brave Basic Attention Token, I think this thing could go to, I mean, I made a video in the past, I think $10 to $20 is totally feasible. Go ahead, chuck $100 into Basic Attention Token. So now we have $150 left. We're going to be going $50 3 different ways. First off, I'm going to be putting 50 into Compound. Comp, once again, I really like the fundamentals of Compound. I like the tech. I think the idea is fantastic. If you guys don't know what Compound is, go ahead, check out one of my older videos on Compound. I basically explained it all for you. I think putting $50 into Compound is a really good idea. This one you're going to let set for, I don't know, 2 to 3 years, and once crypto starts to get adopted more, Comp is going to be extremely valuable. Go ahead, chuck $50 into there. With the remaining $100, we're going to get a little risky. We're going to be putting $50 into KNC, Kyber Network, one of the DeFi coins. I think the future of Kyber is insane. One's a really low market cap, guys, $330.5 million. I think this is one that could potentially be a 10x within the next year or two. I think chucking $50 into this is definitely a fairly safe bet, just because of Kyber's like partnerships. We know that they partnered with Chainlink in the past, and they're just kind of like always making moves. So $50 into Kyber, definitely a good investment. Now, finally, guys, we're going to be going to Orchid I know that I've talked about Orchid quite a bit, and I just kind of have a soft spot for it. But I think just when you look at the market cap, guys, $31.7 million. Then you look at the exchanges that it's on, being on Coinbase, being on Gemini, it's hard to avoid Orchid. It's hard to not believe that at some point in the future, Orchid's market cap will go to 100 million, 250 million, like the rest of these coins. And we're talking about a 5, 10, maybe even 100x sometime in the future. Who knows? The technology is also improving, guys. If you haven't already, go ahead and download the Orchid app. It's really clean. It's really clean, guys. It works really well, but you need Orchid to use it. So I think that's definitely bullish for Orchid's future. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for my picks. That's how I invest $1,000 in cryptocurrency today. Let me know if you agreed with my picks, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.